Hey everyone, my name is Kunal. I'm the CEO of Uptick, which is the early career recruitment platform built for India. To give you a context of what early career recruiting in India is like, I want to present to you the three problems all the stakeholders involved in this process face. Number one, almost all recruiting happens in person at colleges. As you can imagine, this creates a lot of limitations for all different parts of the process, all the way from employers who have now a limited access of universities and students they can visit, universities that have a limited pool of employers that they can bring into their campus, and students have a limited pool of employers to pick from. Not only this, career services are unable to influence these outcomes. They're unable to bring in more employers, and they're unable to track and help their students really pursue the careers that they're happy in. And as a result of these different issues, the biggest issue that students face is that they have limited options and settle for careers that they end up unhappy in, this ends up being disadvantageous to them in the long run. And this is where Uptick comes into play. Uptick is a three-sided marketplace that adds value at each link of the early career recruitment chain. So, number one, it connects early career talent to opportunities. So it opens up a big pool of opportunities for both employers, students, and universities. It empowers employers to recruit virtually. And this is where we step in to solve this issue of in-person recruiting and really overcome the limitations that an in-person process creates. And third is that universities now have the power to influence student outcomes by bringing in more employers and helping their students find their dream jobs. In terms of the value proposition for students, they're now able to find and apply to their dream jobs in just a few clicks. Not just this, they're able to find and apply to over 200 more companies than they would at a typical in-person career fair. They're able to message recruiters directly. So every time they have a dream company that they have in mind, they're able to connect directly with the people working there. Second, they're able to be notified by our algorithm of when their dream job opens up. This is really powerful because our algorithm looks at their profile and says what is a good fit for the student and automatically gives them the opportunities in their inbox without them having to do anything. And lastly, they're able to now create a personalized portfolio that is more interactive than a traditional resume to showcase their projects and experience. Employers, this is a big boost for them because now they're able to move all of their recruiting onto a virtual process, which saves them 10% of the cost and opens up access to 2,000 more students in 40,000 different colleges across all of India. They're able to message students directly, increasing engagement with their brand and interest in students working at their company. And lastly, Uptick powers them with virtual tools that enables them to recruit their whole process virtually, all the way from hosting events and interviews to actually conducting tests and tracking applicants in their process. And for career centers, they're now able to influence student outcomes. What does this mean? One is that they now have a powerful set of virtual tools to host events and communicate with students. So a lot of universities in India don't even have career centers. So this would be a big upgrade for their students and their career prospects. Second, they're able to stack student progress in their own processes, and they're able to increase their engagement with early career recruiting. And lastly, they're now able to bring in 200 times more employers directly and instantly without having to talk to a real person. Internships in India have grown 100 times in the past 6 years. And this is why Uptick is the right solution at the right time, at the right place. In 2019, there was a 54% year-on-year increase in the number of internship seekers. COVID-19, as you can imagine, has completely turned the process upside down due to it being in person, and it's resulted in a lot of unemployment and an urgent need to revamp the system. And lastly, I want to present the US as a case study of how essential internships and new grad recruiting can become to the college experience. In the US, more than 60% of each graduating class has done an internship, and Handshake, which is the #1 platform for facilitating these internships and new grad roles, is worth over $600 million. This opportunity is huge. There's over 40,000 different colleges in India with over 30.6 million students and 1.1 million companies. And as you can imagine, This is a ripe opportunity for us to come in and take advantage and provide value to all these different stakeholders. We believe at Uptick that students deserve open access to opportunities. What that means in terms of our pricing is that it's free for universities and students, and we pursue a freemium model for employers. What this still means is that they're able to make unlimited job posts, host career fairs, information sessions, interviews, and testing, all for free, facilitating this entire virtual process. However, for INR 850 a month, which translates to around $12 a month, they're able to add a lot of premium features like a custom CRM solution, designing and deploying outreach campaigns. They're able to create brand pages. They're able to track how their brand is perceived in the eyes of students, and they're able to create customized testing to find the right candidate. Uptick relies on a powerful network effect to boost our unit economics. We have predicted that in the first 3 years, we will reach a 2-to-1 CLV to CAC ratio, with an estimate of 20 years being how long an employer signs on with us, paying a $145 per year subscription fee. And the way we want to go to market is by first going to a university and convincing them that this is the right platform for their students and it can improve their employment. And then that university onboarding their employers onto our platform. And we hope that we can provide these employers with such a good experience that they would like to move their entire process onto Uptick. And lastly, I want to talk about what Uptick will look like in the future. We don't want to be a marketplace just for opportunities. We want to also upskill students to give them the right skills in a college system that is outdated and irrelevant to the current job market. This would add a further $2 billion to the target market that we can approach. And additionally, we plan to monetize by creating advertising and sponsored results on our platform, as well as potentially creating premium features for career centers. As you can imagine, and as I hope I've convinced you, early career recruiting is about to be a really big deal in India, and Uptick is going to be there so that India is ready for it. Thank you so much, and I'd love to open up the floor for questions.